So all the money that you could be, that you've dumped into your car, you could probably have traded this in and gotten another vehicle that may have been a more desirable trim level or another, model or something like that.
Ooh, you suck!
All right, guys, so it is an absolutely gorgeous day out, and we are going to talk about something that's probably not going to be super popular, and that is why you shouldn't modify your car. Now, obviously, I have a channel that is built on modding my Charger RT, but there are some drawbacks to modifying your car. And so what I want to do is actually go through the most discussed and probably the top reasons why you should actually keep your car stock. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the first reason why you don't want to modify your car would be the warranty issue. If you ever have any problems, if you're under warranty, you bring it up to your Dodge dealer and there's no questions asked. But as soon as you start altering the tuning and adding bolt-ons and everything, a Dodge tech can scan your PCM to see if anything was altered. Now, if you don't know, the PCM is right here, and in 2015 and up vehicles, you have to unlock it, which is kind of a big to-do. I go through the process in another video, so if you want to check that out, I'll put it in the description below. But once you alter that PCM, a Dodge tech, once he scans the vehicle, will know that that thing has been altered. And I'm not saying that it will not go through. It depends on what's actually wrong with your vehicle and how cool your Dodge dealer is. Some of them look the other way. Others will use it as an excuse to, kind of tell you to take a hike. They're not going to acknowledge your warranty or anything like that. So really check with your Dodge dealer, but that's number one, is your warranty. Now, the second reason why you wouldn't want to get involved in tuning and everything is because there is actually a lack of good performance shops. I have heard horror stories, bad tuning, bad installs. Some of them have the most ridiculous pricing ever. And so to find a reliable and good shop to do the work, and the tuning, I think, is pretty much the most important part, because you could have a great install, and if the tuning isn't good, your car is going to run like crap. So really, you have to find a reliable, good performance shop to do the installs, and that's hard. I've heard some stories where guys have gone in for a specific install, and their car's been sitting there for 5 or 6 months, or it was a bad install and they blew a piston or something like that, or the tuning wasn't right. So really, guys, make sure that the shop that you've chosen to do is reliable, okay? And this is for more than just like, a throttle body replacement or an intake, upgrade or anything like that. You're talking about long tube headers, cams, supercharger installs, to do basic bolt-ons like the oil catch can. You're not going to need to do that, or 160 or 180 degree thermostat or something like that. So really, when you have major work being done, it's extremely important to have a good shop. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare, okay? So that's number two. So the final reason, the third and the one that really gets a lot of comments is you're never going to get your money back. So no matter what you put under the hood, whether it's a catback, cam, supercharger, most people will never ever get that money back. This thing is worth $25,000, and no matter how much work I put into it, the bottom line is I just won't be able to sell it for more than 25. Maybe to the right seller, but that's few and far between. And in some cases, a car could be modded to a point where you can't even trade it in. A dealer will likely turn you away.
We don't really want the car like that.
You wouldn't even take the car.
Just from my previous experiences, every time we have a car that's modded out,
we put it through our service department, we either have a trouble passing inspection, and I know you said it passes because
Yeah,
it's got
yeah.
the tuner and stuff
Yep.
like that, but then the bigger issue is when the car comes back for odds and ends, my mechanics are apprehensive to work on them.
So you have to sell it privately, and you have to find the right owner for that case. So the third is you will never get your money back, okay? And modding isn't for everybody. I am going to be hanging on to this for a very, very long time. So really, trade-in value, selling it, it's really just not something that I even bother thinking about. So all the money that you could be, that you've dumped into your car, you could probably have traded this in and gotten another vehicle that may have been a more desirable trim level or another, model or something like that. So that's always something to think about. I pretty much get married to my cars. I buy them, and as you can see, this Monte Carlo has been around forever. I hold on to a vehicle. I love them. I treat them really good. I take care of them. So really, like, getting rid of them is never really something that I get too heavily into. So those are just some 3 things to think about before you actually start modifying your vehicle. I hope this video helps in some light. Now I absolutely love modding my car. But again, my Monte Carlo is basically stock. Okay, my Jeep is stock. This is the only thing that I have that's really modded, and it's not dependent on as a daily driver. So really, this thing could be modded, and if anything goes wrong with it, it can kind of just chill in the driveway, and it doesn't really have to be doing anything. So I don't know what your situation is. If you depend on a vehicle as a daily driver, you might want to think twice about getting too far into modding. I know when I was depending on this as a daily driver, really, I didn't want to get too far. I did shorty headers, a tune, some tires, rims, but once I got that beast back up on the road, I just took this to the next level. So with that being said, guys, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate all the support. This channel is growing at an awesome pace, and I really want to thank you guys for constantly supporting the channel. It's helping this build tremendously. The more views that I get, the more money comes in, and then the faster I can upgrade this beast. I believe the next thing would be limited slip on here. This way we get both of those tires spinning at every single launch. So guys, with that, I am out.